Chapter 73. The Pharisees want to stone Tobias. Some accepted what this old man, whose name, as pointed out, was Tobias, said. But the greater number were so enraged that they wanted to tear up his clothing and stone the old Tobias and all who supported him. But the old Tobias said, "Oh, by all means proceed against us, who have become a thorn in your eyes. The three angels still here will give you out a praiseworthy reward in hell, and the devils will finish the tear in your coats." As Tobias had finished his vigorous words to his furious colleagues, with the latter starting to look for stones, the three angels entered the hut, their faces shining like the sun. On seeing this, the stubborn ones were gripped by fear. They fell upon their faces, asking the three for forgiveness, wailing. But these said, "If you will be adversaries of them who are driven and drawn by God's Spirit, who then are your friends? We tell you to your faces, it is the devil's. Therefore, let you be converted, or you are going to taste the might of the highest." Those shaking with mortal fear scream, "What must we do?" Say the three, "Humble yourselves and believe on the one true Son of God, whose soul is one with the Father, because the Father is in and not without him." With these words, the three angels vanish, and the Pharisees start to get up, desisting from their exceedingly vociferous plans. Tobias now asks them, "Now then, what's up? What will you do? Where are your cursed stones? Why did you not lay hands on the three, seeing you took them earlier for the three disguised magicians from Persia?" Say those hit hard. You know of a truth that we have to abide by Moses' laws, to which we have sworn by heaven and temple. But if this Jesus now teaches the opposite everywhere, how should we be able to exchange our oath with this anti-Mosaic teaching just like that? But we will ponder and see what can be done. At this stage we are saying neither yes nor no, because it is written that no prophet shall ever arise from Galilee. Thus the thing, wondrous though it may be in its uniqueness, nevertheless always shall be associated with many a disturbing feature. Says Tobias, "That indeed is true, that no prophet is supposed to arise from Galilee. But I ask, is it also written that the Messiah shall not arise in Galilee? I'm not aware of anything being written about that, or of any special locality being indicated for the Messiah's appearance. If, according to Scripture, there is to be no prophet from Galilee, it can nevertheless be the case with the Messiah, for there surely is bound to be an unlimited difference between a prophet and the Messiah." Say the affected ones, "There you are right. That is why we want to think about it." Says another Pharisee at the back, who had quietly listened to the lengthy proceedings without once contributing his view, "Friends and brethren, to get to the bottom of this most miraculous thing requires a sober and wakeful state. We, however, all are more or less drunk since supper, and full of sleep as well. How can we arrive at a credible judgment upon a matter that is so miraculous and also so important and serious? Therefore, my view is that we now rest a little and continue our proceedings somewhat more wisely tomorrow. Because if I am not mistaken, it is dawning already, but the morning shall not be long in coming. Therefore, we should anticipate the Sabbath in a somewhat appropriate manner, and not with arguments and debates. The big crowd of Jesus' followers appears to be on the rise already. We want to, or ought to, observe them. But how so when full of sleep? When they may leave even before we awaken, if we should now take a little nap? Interrupts another. That is easy. We'll set up a watch. Says the former speaker. Who? You, perhaps? Or someone who is just as full of sleep as you and I, and will fall asleep like us? Says a third. Sleeping will not do, as the others are getting ready for departure. Therefore, we shall have no alternative but follow their example, because the way down to the plain is drawn out, and we shall not be in the village for some time after rise. Says a fourth. The Master Jesus also is before the hut, making a preparation for departure. We shall therefore have no option but to quickly break forth. Says the first. Here we have it. Just as I thought. Now we have it. This will be a nice trip, without sleep and quite drunk from last night's supper. Say a number of them. Well, there just is no alternative. They, having rested, are not likely to wait for us. Therefore, away. We shall catch up with our sleep in the village. All rise and quickly move outside. With the Pharisees all being ready for departure, but with myself not actually starting off at once. All but a few get a little indignant, asking me whether I was not pulling out yet. But I tell them, I am Lord, doing as I please, and none are to ask me why thus. But if someone is not pleased with how I will have it for myself and mine, he can do as he will. For I bind no one. If anyone wants to go, let him. But if he will wait, then let him wait patiently. I shall not be breaking forth before sunrise, and shall first partake of a morning meal, for the road is long and tiring. Say the Pharisees, in that case, can we take a short rest? I said, most certainly. For the earth does not need the light of your eyes for sunrise, but of a truth the light of my eyes, so that there be light in the depths. Say the Pharisees, let him who can or will understand this. We cannot understand that. Says the old Tobias, I understand it indeed, and therefore remain in the open. Perhaps a brightness shall enter upon my depth as well. Say the others, you old codger, do as you like, but we shall return to the hut to get some sleep. With these words, all quickly return to the hut, throwing themselves on their bunks. Tobias, however, comes over to me with reverence, to tell me everything that took place during the night. But I comfort him, saying, I know it all, for if I did not, how could I have sent you help at the right time? Leave it at that. because whoever rises up against me before my time shall have to kick hard against the pricks. Therefore do not fear, for from now on no more disgusting things shall get to you. But let us now go a bit further up, there on that hill towards the east. From there we shall be able to see a most glorious sunrise. And that kind of thing fortifies the soul, as well as the bodily limbs, cheering up heart and kidney. With these words, all betake themselves with me up the alpine slope, eagerly awaiting the rise of the sun, which was not long in coming.